Hello and welcome to the extended version of the week ahead and the coaching group. So, all right, as usual, we're just going to get straight into Monday. So today we had, today we have the moon in Leo, and it goes into Virgo early on Tuesday morning. So just in general right now in the sky, with the sun in Scorpio conjunct the ruler Mars, and with Mercury still there, things can be quite intense at the moment. This is for Monday, 6 o'clock. It is for now. All right, so you can see here we've got this beautiful Venus in Virgo trine Pluto in Capricorn. So we've got this very earthy analytical energy happening. What else have we got that's coming up pretty good? Okay, so we've got earthy analytical. We've got Mercury, who is in his investigation phase, trining over to Neptune. All right, so that, even though that's really positive, it could look like with his investigations he's clearing some fogginess, or Pluto and Venus, there could be some truth coming up. It's sort of, if I could think about this one, it's like Mercury's doing his investigation, Venus is taking down notes, and between the two of them, they're clearing fog and just bringing up some truths. And I just got a sort of feeling or a flash right now. Isn't it a little bit like how we're seeing, our world governments and their misinformation sort of coming to pass, and all the dodginess that is going on in the governments. Anyway, so what else have we got here? Well, right now the moon is trine the north node, so that is beautiful. That gives us, and sextile the south node. All right, so that gives us, that just makes us feel good about moving forward with things, and makes it so much easier to release as well. So hopefully, even here we've got the moon, we've got the moon square Mercury. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? We really should be sort of up there on stage and doing our thing, but we're just curiously sort of sorting through stuff. So I'll just move on to tomorrow because today's over. All right, let's have a look. All right, now moon in Virgo, Venus at the last degrees of Virgo, the sun almost at the midpoint of Scorpio. So exciting. There's a lot of analysis, factual information. That Mercury Neptune, like I said, it's clearing away some maybe untruths. All right, so there's some good blue aspects there. The trines are positive. I mean, we do have the moon coming straight into an opposition with Saturn. So I feel like this one is, if we just sit with our feelings, I guess the grounded reality of, okay, so Pisces is illusion, it's illusion, all right? It's behind the scenes, behind the veil, not quite like the eighth house, but it's like the stagehand behind the scenes. All right, so Saturn in Pisces is allowing us to be much more responsible with our thoughts. All right, where I've been saying for a long time now, we're rewriting the narrative, we're examining our old beliefs, and then finding out the things that that you could even be perceived as lies that we've believed. So yes, for Tuesday, looking at this one, if we do get maybe something is exposed, all right, we still have that Venus trine Pluto. If there is some sort of exposure and we start to feel a little bit, it starts to feel a little bit weighty, then maybe just sit with it. All right, so in the words I wrote, when you are sure of the strength of the facts, it's hard to be swayed. You have worked hard to get where you are now, and you are only getting stronger. So make adjustments when new information comes up. All right. So definitely, you just keep working away, keep investigating all the things that you're doing, but maybe look at it with curiosity as well. I don't know. There's just something about this, and looking at the world stage as well. There's a lot of things being exposed. Definitely not pleasant things, but the exposure is still there, and we don't want to get worked up over it. So the moon in Virgo is great for that, because we can, like I was saying earlier, analyze what am I feeling? Where is it coming from? It is the nature of Scorpio. And with all of that stuff in Scorpio, is that we're going to be getting exposed to death, sex, taboo, crisis, trauma. That is just, I mean, look at, if it was Halloween, it is the going into into winter, it is when everything is dead. So, it's a part of life. And just, maybe analyzing it rather than feeling it too much, and just what you know. So I hope that this one goes nicely for you. We also have that Venus trine Pluto is exact at 1:30 in the morning. And the Mercury trine Neptune is also exact tomorrow. So yeah, I reckon there could be some things being exposed tomorrow. So just keep an eye on that one, and be responsible for your thoughts. Pisces is also, I mean, it's movies, it's illusion. So just be careful of news media and what they're trying to feed people for fear factor to keep them subdued as well. So yeah, that definitely feels like that type of thing. So what else have we got here? All right, so yeah, that is Tuesday. All right, I'm just going to go forward by day. Okay. Now, Wednesday, yay, the moon is Venus is moving home to Libra. All right, now while Venus has been in Virgo, she's been a very astute secretary doing her job efficiently. But, she has also been overly critical. We could have had a lot of gut issues, related to indulgence as well. Venus does like to indulge, whether that is sugar or wine or, although, with Saturn in Pisces, I think everybody really has got on top of and a hold of their addictions and their escapist tendencies. So, but back to Venus, she is in detriment. She doesn't like being in Virgo. So now that she's coming home, it's at 8:30 in the evening. So that is beautiful. And we also have the sun at that midpoint as well, at 15 degrees of a fixed sign is the midpoint. So, the whole, our life is a wave, just like the solstices, the solstice and equinox are points. Well, the sun has reached that point, and now we are going to be back on the way up on Thursday. So that is great. So, we still have the intensity of the Sun, Mars, Mercury could be cooled down a little bit, or, a little bit more grounded with this Virgo stuff happening with the moon in Virgo. So hopefully, if we do have any, like, I'm not even saying anxiety, just a weighty feeling, that this could, once Venus is home into Libra, it's just going to be like, oh, so much better. I've just also noticed here that we have a square between the sun and Hygeia. So that feeling that I was just describing, that like, oh my God, this is just really so intense. Don't let it affect your mental health or your nervous system. So just, like I said here, just try to ground yourself, be quite logical, analyze the feelings, and try not to be, Virgo is great for assisting overwhelm. Okay, so we try to just like this, all this could just be making, our mental health feel all the more intense. So, and it could even be, if there was something exposed on the Tuesday, could be something to just pay attention and make sure that your well-being is in check. Okay. All right, so that was Wednesday. All right, I didn't even read the words for Wednesday. Here we go. Wednesday is a better feeling day where you are willing to make the adjustments that are required to be the best that you can be. You could be chomping at the bit to get things moving, so have a plan of action ready to go so you can utilize all the time you have. All right, so that plan of action, sorry. The plan of action is definitely, I mean, this whole thing is the chomping at the bit. All right. The plan of action is Venus in Virgo. And then once she gets into Libra, we're going to be much more diplomatic and being able to use our words with partners and people that we work with, or our loved ones, much easier. Oh my God, the inner critic that this Venus in Virgo has created within us, right, she will be gone. All right, she's going to be much more like, oh my God, everything's wonderful and everything looks beautiful and I just need some chocolate. So yeah, that's going to be good for everything sort of calming down. All right, let's move on. Was there anything else? No. Right. Okay. So 9th of November, Thursday, 9th of November. All right. So the moon moves into Libra at 7:10 p.m. So as you can see here, all day we've got this Virgo moon in a growing conjunction to Venus in Libra. Venus in Libra is in conjunct Saturn in Pisces. All right, so now an inconjunct is adjustment is required. There is tension. All right, where like I often use that seesaw analogy, and look at Venus. She's got her own seesaw. So Venus in Libra is absolutely able to use the right speech with this Saturn in Pisces, okay? She is able to charm her way into a oh my God, when you have to talk to authority and you're able to use your words to get them to see your point of view. All right, I can't think of the right word, but that type of thing. Although we have the moon in Virgo in conjunct the North Node. All right, so maybe okay, so it's like the technical analysis. Okay, all right, an analogy would be you going to a bank or some sort of institution and you've got all your documents, right? All your documents, all your spreadsheets, all your information, and she is able to, with the information that she has and her knowing that she is on top of it all, she's able to sweet talk her way into the outcome that she wants, potentially. All right, now at the same time, we have the sun in conjunct Chiron. So that one is going to be definitely testing. Is that the sun? Hang on, let me have a look here. Sun, yeah, sun in conjunct Chiron. All right, so yes, we're going to be able to maybe talk our way into something that is beneficial to us, but by doing that, all right, so we've been doing this massive amount of investigation. So this is Thursday, guys. Very, very good day. All right, so by being able to use this adjustment within ourselves, we are also healing. All right, so we've been doing the work, we're digging deep, we're down where we, if these are separate type of energies in the day and you're having a bit of a slump day, then, you know, you've got this potential to heal yourself, all right, by using, I mean, Mars rules both the Sun and Chiron at this time, and Mars is in full force right now. So this does look like giving yourself a good talking to, actually. You know, I think there was one day last week I was saying that you don't need external validation from people, all right? You know, you've been through a lot in the last couple of months, and you are going to, you know what, that's life, all right? So you're going to continue to just work through things at your own pace, in your own way, at your own, you know, at your own desire of the things that you want to heal. This is one of those days where, you know, look, Mercury and Pluto, you're able to get to the bottom of the story. You know, Capricorn really does represent, you know, I mean, it's governments, it's world structure, but it's also our structure, it's our story, it's our oh my God, my words today. It's our business plan that we started with. All right. This is why I keep going. Saturn in Pisces is all about the old stories that were told. You know, Pluto in Capricorn is just getting that business plan out and, you know, getting to the bottom. Mercury in Scorpio, definitely getting to the bottom and the heart of the matter. All right. So making adjustments, making sure that all of your information is, you've got everything that you need. And then with the confidence that you can give yourself, you're able to, I don't want to say manipulate, but you're able to sway things in your favor through self-confidence. Oh, wow, that was a big round way about it, wasn't it? But you know, there is a lot of self-confidence here, and the adjustments that are required are from you knowing your shit and just doing your best and giving yourself the credit that you deserve to heal yourself. Whew. All right, I will ask you guys about that one when we finish. All right, so that was for Thursday. I'll just have a quick look in the book. Okay, in the book I have also written, it's a mentally active day. So maybe start with some mindfulness. All right. So we have the moon opposing Neptune first thing in the morning. So rather than getting lost in the morning, then try for, like I said, mindfulness and meditation. Do deliberate acts of spirituality so that you're utilizing that. And you know, it's like it's like, rather than allowing the fog to you know, create something that you can't see, you're using that ether in a different way. All right, so try to start the day with a meditation or mindfulness, and then be open to what comes up for you during the day. All right, and here I go, I start using this road trip analogy. All right, so you know, it's like we're changing lanes on a long road trip. You only look over your shoulder so that you can see the things behind you that you want to avoid, and then you just keep heading in the right direction. Somewhere else in this week, I also use that same analogy of, you know, even driving in a straight line, right? You still have to make minor adjustments every single time. You're all drivers. You all know this. You know, your wheel balance could be out, and you know, you're heading in a straight line, but you're not. So you know, there's always adjustment required. This definitely looks like one of those adjustment required days, but getting to the bottom of things and then healing yourself is a good way to use this energy. All right, so we'll talk about Thursday when we finish this recording. All right, so moving on to Friday. All right, so we had I just got deja vu. We had the moon Venus at 9:30 the previous night. I feel like I've actually already done this. That was a really weird deja vu. Okay, anyway, let's just move on. All right, so now Mercury moves into Sagittarius at 5:30 today. So here we have, is that someone telling me that I have actually? Oh no, it's Louise. Okay. All right. Sorry, I just got Mercury moving into Sagittarius. As you can see, Mercury here is at 29 degrees. So I reckon on Friday, you know, the thoughts are going to be intense, because any 29-degree, it's, you know, it's that intense moment. It's Mercury and it's Scorpio. All right. So even though we have this beautiful moon Venus conjunction in Libra, where everything, you know, on the outside is beautiful and pretty, and we're just having really good conversations with people and everybody's loved. Yeah, but your brain could be like, oh my God, this is just like so much. So try to get outside, or, you know, we do have this, you know, Chiron Hygeia moment happening down here. So, you know, looking after your mental health, and, you know, whatever freedom looks like for you. All right. So mental health and well-being is assisting. It's a sextile, it's harmonious to Chiron. All right. So even if on the outside everything's hunky-dory, just, you know, acknowledge that, you know, maybe Mercury is sort of on steroids today, and the depths that you've been in for the last couple of weeks might come up, because, you know, the 29th degree, we have a look at the all of what previously came, right? So just take note for Friday to just keep an eye on your thoughts. All right. Now, in the words I wrote, we also have Mercury square Saturn during that day too. So the responsibility, that's a good one, actually. Look, so even though a square is usually quite a hard aspect, you are responsible for keeping an eye on your subconscious. All right. So I think that's actually quite helpful. I think you can actually build upon the responsibility of just keeping yourself in check. And I honestly think it will be a great day. All right, so I also wrote, try not to over accommodate others today, as you may be just letting an old habit poke its nose back in, because that moon Venus in Libra, it's, you know, it could be very Pollyanna, you know, or very, everything's fine, even if it's not. All right, so don't be a people pleaser. All right, so you may just be letting an old habit poke its nose back in. All right, and this is where I was just saying about driving in a straight road requires regular adjustments. So this could even be some sort of throwback back to your Venus retrograde story stuff as well, just potentially. All right, so once Mercury moves into Sagittarius, it's going to help you see above the depths that you've been in the last couple of weeks. All right, so big deep breath. Venus and Mercury now in not an intense place, so bonus. All right, let's move forward to the 11th. All right, so although we do have the moon moving straight into a conjunction with the south node, and in conjunct Neptune. So now the feelings grow more restless and agitated as the day grows. All right. But a physical outlet can help you dispel that energy. So maybe, yeah. Why is it? Oh, because of the growing conjunction to the south node. All right. So now that when Mercury is in Sag, like I said, it's going to help you see above the depths that you've been in. As that moon grows to its conjunction to the south node, I just feel like you guys have been doing so much work. You can see through people's bullshit, especially when it comes to partnerships. All right. So if you're not playing into old patterns, which was Friday, then, you know, this might just be exposing some bigger understandings of what's going on. Now, if you are in a relationship with someone and it's volatile, look, I know that no one in this group is, but I would just be wary of old issues coming up in partnerships that cause volatile emotions. All right. Mercury in Sag is very flippant and blasé. So I you know, this is not in my book, but I'm just wondering whether offhand comments about old hurts could cause issues on this day as well, because Sunday morning, like, we're very close to this Uranus-Mars opposition, and again, stepping on people's toes through blasé comments about intense things are a potential. All right. So I mean, in the world news on Saturday and Sunday, I would expect there to be lots of volatility. I mean, I'm not watching the news, but that's just in the air right now. So this Sun Mars conjunction is not helping it at all. All right. So yeah, we want to breathe and find a positive place within if that's what's needed, or rise above the past and see what strengths you have gained from your past experience. Okay. Now, so let's move forward to Sunday. We've got our co-working space. Yay. All right. Now, you may feel like throwing it all away and starting over, but don't. Think first and think how it will look in 2 weeks. All right. This moon in Scorpio just past the south node, I mean, when we get to the moon in Scorpio, it's a whole different thing. My God, we've got those heal yourself cards. It's an intense emotional time. And on Monday, the 13th, we have the new moon in Scorpio. So we are right in this right now, guys. So at least Mercury in Sagittarius is allowing us to have a bigger worldview, or, it's ruled by Jupiter. So where there's a lot more understanding involved in our thoughts. All right. But there's still so much emotion, and massive, massive heads up. Please be careful for tripping over, burning yourself, electricity, bites in the garden, even, like Uranus, Taurus, Mars energy, like bites by poisonous insects in the garden. Like, I'm not even joking. Scorpions, oh my God, for us Tassie people, don't get bitten by a scorpion, because that's, I could absolutely see that happening. All right. So yeah, very restless and impulsive day. Call on this Venus and Mars as the day grows. All right. So there's all this volatility and disruption, and there is this beautiful Chiron Hygeia. You can be responsible for creating the freedom in your mind that you require. You've been going through this for the last 19 days, even longer with Mars. So just keep breathing. We're nearly there. Yeah, but this Venus sextile Mercury later on in the day is absolutely beautiful for, you could even potentially help yourself through, like you could talk yourself through any upsetting situations that come around, like I was saying about the Saturday, the arguments, this sweet talking diplomacy and Mercury understanding a lot of the bigger picture could definitely subdue some of these intense feelings. But like I said, I really, really heads up, watch out for this Uranus-Mars opposition and hurting yourself. So that was Sunday. Now, so Monday, yeah, look at this. So the new moon is at 8:27 on Monday evening. So guys, that means that next week we will be able to do new moon intentions while we're on the call, or just, we'll do them just as we talk. So anyway, I will close this one down, and thank you so much. Stop share and I'm recording. Okay, so let's have a look. We are now up to, all right. So I know I've been through the week ahead, but so this week starts off with a Leo moon, and we are starting the last quarter moon, guys. All right. So, when we have a look at, we're not all about achieving greatness. In the last quarter, it's a time to release what isn't serving you, and it's a very cleansing time. And especially because, with the sun's in Scorpio, we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. We're down in those hidden places, in the recesses of our soul and our mind. And, it is a great time for us to just reflect and review. We're getting our little intentions list ready for what we want to do on, Monday evening. So yeah, the last quarter moon, allow yourself to just rest. All right. So the waning crescent, which is in a couple of days, is be still, focus, rest, reflect, assess the journey, understand the lessons. All right. And that just works so beautifully with the fact that Mercury is moving into Sagittarius after its, after its journey through Scorpio. So, oh my God, I can't wait for, we've just got intensity. Like the whole of November is intense. All right. So just keep reinforcing your well-being as much as you can. Rest when you need it. Eat good food, drink water. Oh my God, whatever it is that you require to feel good and to strengthen yourself, then please do that. All right. Okay. Now, okay, so I pretty much wrote that. We're now time where we're clear what even isn't serving us and assess, and so we can reflect and figure out what we want for the upcoming new moon on the 13th. All right. Now, Tuesday, the moon moves into Virgo, straight into an opposition with Saturn. What logically needs to happen to make your dreams a reality? All right. So for those of us that are, that have got business minded, whether it's what are we doing for our own businesses, what are we doing for the people we're working for, we need logic. We need to look behind the scenes and we need logic. All right. So Tuesday through to Thursday is a great time to do that sort of work where we're looking at spreadsheets, writing that to-do list, all that sort of stuff, taxes. I don't know. Yeah, there's still that financial stuff as well. Actually, I got a question later on about the financial stuff. All right, so Thursday, moon moves into Libra. We could come to terms with something that has been irritating us mentally, although we may just need to sit in that space for a day before we find that balance and understanding. All right, so now when the moon moves into Scorpio on Sunday, all right, we all know what that means. We just reinforce yourself as best you can. All right. And art. I just felt like that right then was, creativity is a great way for us to work through our stuff. So, okay, what is it exactly that needs to be expressed? On a deep level, but the sun in Scorpio could still be making it feel like too much. All right. Okay, so this week, Venus in Libra, yay, moves into her home sign, and some of our harsh words may become diplomatic and honey-covered. All right, so if you have been having dramas with people, or like I was saying, with that Venus in conjunct Saturn, we just now have the ability, we might get the gift of the gab, or we might be able to converse with people where we're sort of, getting them to sway to our side. All right, a much more social place that loves aesthetic beauty and romance, but on the flip side can be indecisive, superficial, and has a tendency to people please. All right, so hopefully we're not going to be people pleasing. And we remember during the week we had that one, don't over accommodate people. All right. So Mercury in Sagittarius. All right, because Mercury rules Gemini, any opposition is in detriment. All right. So Mercury in Sagittarius is in detriment. But that's only because he's just so concerned with so much stuff that he can't focus. All right. So, this is why I'm doing the social media stuff, because it is all about social media and adventure and creativity and Mercury in Sagittarius can promise a lot, but deliver not much. And that's not what we're going for on Sunday, obviously. But, we need to be careful that we don't say we'll do things when we don't really want to, or we underestimate what we can achieve in a small amount of time. So just be careful with your timing with Mercury and Sag too, because we might be like, oh my God, I totally get that done. And it's just going to blow out time-wise. Or you could get bored and just not want to do it and then be like, oh, do this. So, all right. So it will express qualities such as philosophical, optimistic, honest, and direct thinking, but may have a tendency to be blunt and in some cases over optimistic and inconsistent. All right. Again, we're trying to find balance by paying attention to where we're at and keeping in our own lanes. All right. Now, I did speak about the Mars opposition Uranus that is growing all week. You know, it can also look like you, with your internal investigations, challenging your own comfort limitations. All right. So not always a bad thing, but you know, it is very impulsive and volatile. Yeah, so in here I've written physical damage, falls, bumps, cuts, and bruises, because Mars rules cutting and blood, and Uranus is unexpected, electricity, stings, bites as well. So lots and lots of please be careful Sunday. All right. And last week I forgot to do things to ponder. So here we go. Now, when we put all of that together, are there some specific areas of life that you would like to pursue with more intention and drive? All right, we are in Scorpio season and you are thinking deeply anyway. You know, where are you unsatisfied? All right. You know, like I says, are there any specific areas that you would like to work on more? Okay. Are there any practical considerations that will help you achieve your desires? All right. So, you know, with being realistic about situations as well, what can you put into place that are going to help you? And remember, you know, we want 1% a day, which is 365% better in a year, you know, or 30% better in a month, or 7% better in a week. Like, it doesn't matter how small, we are moving forward. All right. It's about personal development. We could just develop naturally, or you can apply yourself and develop in double time, but it doesn't matter how fast it is. It's just continuing to move through your own bullshit. All right. And because most of the things that stop us is in here. You know, this is why we're always paying attention to our thoughts and just continuing to move forward. All right. What strategies can you come up with that will help you deal with any challenges that may arise from any changes that you are making? All right. Now, we all know that when we change, the people around us generally don't like it because we show them up, or you know, like when you lose weight and everyone's around you is like, oh, you've lost too much weight. It doesn't look good on you, because they're not doing anything. So, you know, I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. When you change, the people around you don't like it because you're supposed to be the same all the time. All right. So come up with some strategies, or even some conversations around addressing those type of issues. All right. Any financial goals or challenges that need dealing with at this time? You know, Scorpio is investments, and, you know, Uranus in Taurus is all about changing our finances. All right. So, you know, that could work really well if you do have any changes to investments or portfolios, or, you know, just having another look at all your finances and budgeting. You know, if you need to cut stuff, or, you know, or add stuff even, you know, like, do you want to get back Netflix? Do you want to subscribe? Do you need new art supplies? Can you just go down the road and refill some of your creative supplies? All right. And lastly, is your purpose becoming clearer? Just, you know, just because you're doing the self-work, is your purpose becoming clearer? And not even just your purpose, you know, are you just generally feeling better about your person? You know, that's something that's really important. You know, I've been talking a bit about giving yourself the credit. You know, don't look for external validation, you know, because people come and go. You know, your voice, the voice in your head, is going to be something that you have until the day you die. So you might as well make friends with it, or at least learn how to negotiate with it. So there we go. So I will stop my share and stop the recording.